What's going on, YouTube? Just wanted to make a quick video on kind of what to do after your cycle. So a lot of you guys probably are gonna look at me a little bit crazy, but the answer is pretty simple. Pretty much don't do anything. You're probably wondering why I'm saying that. You know, look at all that brown algae, look at the diatoms, look at the stuff growing that looks nasty and ugly. Well, all that stuff will go away naturally on its own. And that's what you want it to do. You don't want it to, in other words, you know, be sucked out or moved and stirred into the sand bed, because it's still going to be there. You want it to, in other words, starve out and die off on its own. And of course, you know, once that dies out, it's, you know, going to put stuff in your water. Then at that point, you know, after your cycle and the diatoms start disappearing, then go ahead and do your first water change. As far as the fish goes, the cleanup crew, the cleaner shrimp, all that's still going to be healthy, still going to be happy for another week, you know, 2 weeks, just until that diatom kind of disappears and goes away on its own once again. Because, like I said, if you start adding chemicals, you start adding other things in there, you're just going to kind of put a band-aid on the situation. You want everything to, as much as possible, be as natural as possible in your aquarium. That's how, you know, the ocean was made. You know, life in the ocean was naturally created. It wasn't chemically created with man-made chemicals and so forth. So if you really don't like that algae, you want it gone even quicker, the best thing that you could do is just, you know, get a couple, you know, I wouldn't recommend any more to start off, but just 2, same as it's a new tank. There's not much algae and food for hermit crabs and snails to consume. So you don't want those to, you know, get like 5, 6, 7 of those each, throw them in your aquarium, and the next minute, you know, a month goes down the road and you have even more algae issues because they died off because they were starved to death. So you definitely only want to start with, in my opinion, just, you know, like I said, get 2 of them. As you can tell, I literally just put them in the aquarium, and apart from my 6 line there wanting to mess with them and bully them, you know, they were already digging through the sand, cleaning the sand. So within a couple days, a lot of this stuff is going to be eaten up, you know, and peed and pooped out and put into the water column. Most of it's going to disappear, and that's what you want. You want to, like I said, do it naturally. I've done it, you know, where I've started a reef aquarium and I saw that brown algae. I'm like, yeah, sweet, you know, it's time to get ready, get some fish, throw everything in there, do a water change, and get it done. Well, a couple months later down the road, I had nothing but algae issues, and I had to break it down and actually do it the right way. So like anything with reefing, it takes time. And if you want your fish to be happy, you want to be successful with your reef aquarium, you know, always try to go as natural as possible, guys. Also, you know, once you do that first water change, you know, it is extremely, extremely important to keep up with those water changes. You know, as everything gets fed and, you know, eaten, and then next minute, you know, the fish is pooping and peeing, you're gonna have nitrites, you're gonna have nitrates, and, you know, you're gonna have the bacteria, sure, to fight off the ammonia and so forth. But, you know what I mean, you also want to continue doing those water changes, because water doesn't last forever. So for me, you know, once I do my first water change, it's going to be weekly after that. You know, every 7, 8 days for the most part is going to be when I do those water changes. And, you know, just siphon the sand bed, get all the detritus out of the bed and gases that you don't want to come inside your water column in your aquarium, you know, while the fish are swimming around. You want it to, you know, be vacuumed out, because, you know, it's everything seems new because you got it in a bag, you got it from the store, and you just put it in your aquarium, but it's gonna break down first. Everything breaks down before it can build back up. And that's what a lot of reefers and aquariumists don't realize. So definitely, guys, do yourself a favor. Don't do that water change yet. Don't stir it up in a sand bed. Don't siphon it out just yet. Let the majority of it at least dissipate on its own naturally. And you're not going to regret it. You know, yeah, it's going to look crappy. It's going to look ugly and nasty for a few days. You know, But just keep in mind, it's not going to be there forever. And if you want it to not come back, you know, definitely take my advice, do it the right way. Just let it kind of dissipate on its own. So I did have some actually on the top of the rock on my first video. I didn't know if y'all guys seen that or not, but that already turned into like a light green algae, and then it dissipated on its own already. Don't run your lights, you know, you don't have coral or anything in it just yet, so definitely don't run your lights 12 hours a day. You know, keep it at least at 8 hours a day. Blues and whites, not any reds or anything like that, because that, you know, reds and yellows promote any kind of growth from when it comes to algae. But apart from that, guys, that's basically all I wanted to talk about. So please, definitely, as always, like, subscribe, and share the video. And that alone, you know, even some comments makes me the happiest guy in the world. You know, puts a big smile on my face, and it gives me, you know, courage to keep making these videos, you know, because I am new to YouTube. I am, you know, it's my second video, so your support means everything. And once again, guys, if you have any questions, just drop a comment down. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Normally I can get back to you guys within, you know, 1 to 2 days, if not the same day, depending on when the video was uploaded and so forth. But as of now, guys, thank you again. Appreciate you. See ya.